Rynis sat alone, bathed in the cold glow of their laptop. Frustration gnawed at them, a bitter taste rising in their throat. The news was a relentless barrage of injustice and inequality. It felt deeply personal. How could the world be so unfair? Every fiber of Rynis's being craved a release for this pent-up anger. They scrolled through endless social media feeds, each post a testament to the world's wrongs. It was a vicious cycle, outrage feeding outrage with no end in sight. Rynis knew this anger was justified. They weren't imagining things, the problems were real. But what good was this simmering rage if it only served to isolate them further? It was a question that gnawed at their conscience. Deep down, Rynis wrestled with the insidious whispers of the just world fallacy. This ingrained belief that people get what they deserve offered a false sense of security. In times of conflict, this belief convinces us that the suffering of one side is more justified than the other. It allows Rynis to subconsciously feel that their lack of empathy is that perhaps those victims on the other side somehow deserve their fate. It gives them a sense of control in an uncontrollable situation. They deserve this because of what they stand for. This makes it easier to ignore the complexities and continue down a more emotional path. It was easier to believe in a world where good was rewarded and bad punished. But reality painted a different picture. The world was messy, unfair, and often cruel. Good people suffered while those in power seemed to escape consequences. This dissonance fueled Rynis's anger, the gap between expectation and reality widening with each passing day. The just world fallacy, while comforting, was a dangerous illusion. It allowed people to turn a blind eye to injustice, to blame victims for their circumstances. Rynis knew this, yet the fallacy's pull was strong, a siren's song in the midst of their turmoil. Rynis faced a choice: remain trapped in the echo chamber of online outrage or translate their anger into tangible action. Venting online was easy, cathartic even, but ultimately hollow. It changed nothing. The thought of real-world action was daunting. It meant stepping outside their comfort zone, risking discomfort and uncertainty. It meant confronting the systems and structures that perpetuated the very injustices that fueled their anger. The decision weighed heavily on Rynis. On one hand, the safety and anonymity of the internet offered a shield against judgment. On the other hand, true change required vulnerability, courage, and a willingness to step into the fray. The air crackled with nervous energy as Rynis joined the throng of protesters. Signs bobbed above the crowd, a sea of faces united by a common purpose. It was exhilarating and terrifying all at once.
Was this the right decision? Would my presence actually make a difference?
But as they looked around at the faces filled with passion and determination, a sense of solidarity washed over them. Chants rose and fell, a rhythmic heartbeat pulsing through the crowd. Rynis added their voice to the chorus, feeling a surge of empowerment. This was what it meant to refuse complacency, to fight for what they believed was right. As the protest reached its crescendo, a sudden shift occurred. The crowd's energy, once focused and determined, turned destructive. Property was vandalized, and peaceful chants devolved into angry shouts. Rynis watched in horror as the line between righteous anger and blind rage blurred. The very injustices they were protesting were being mirrored in the actions of some. It was a sobering realization.
Had our anger, however justified, come at too high a cost?
Standing amidst the wreckage, Rynis felt a profound sense of unease. The question lingered, a heavy weight settling in their gut. The road to justice, it seemed, was fraught with moral complexities, demanding careful consideration at every turn. In the aftermath of the protest's descent into chaos, the emotional toll on Rynis was immense. The once clear vision of justice had become clouded with adrenaline, confusion, and fear. Join us in the next episode, where Rynis takes one step closer to the edge as the path to the point of no return becomes inevitable.